I mean, there's not really a good way to, you can't put a great spin on a loss like that. Those are hard. So how do you take a loss like that and turn it more into a learning opportunity instead of just, just a bad day at work?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall, a loss is a learning experience, and this is no different. I mean, it's hard losing in general, but I mean, we go back, we look at film, but we can't take too much time to sulk because we have Minnesota coming up. But I mean, going back, looking at what we did well, because there's definitely things that we did really well in this game, and then looking to take that into the next, but then looking at the parts where we just need to clean it up for the next game, but taking strides.
Yeah. Anything else?
Sounds good to me.
Does it make it a little bit easier than knowing that you're going to be back right here in a week and a couple days to know that you can avenge this loss?
I mean, we just know that we have a feel for them, and we know what it takes to compete with them, and we're just going to come out here and compete.
Aliyah, you've been tearing up the WNBA so far early on in your career, especially tonight, but I'm curious what you made of Elizabeth Williams' post defense. I'm curious what you saw in the scouting report going up against one of the elite rim protectors in the league.
Yeah, I mean, she's a physical post player, and she's really good at what she does. So for me, it was just about reading her, trying to make the best pass, whether that's score or kick out, and just understanding what she's doing.
Yeah, what does she do? Like, is she there in the back of your mind at all, just given how active and how much ground that she can cover, covering the weak side? I'm just curious, what else you saw on film this week at all, just preparing for something like that? Yeah, I mean, she's mobile. She's able to get to spots really quickly, just like you said. But, I mean, when we're playing, I'm not really thinking about, oh, she's right there, she can block my shot or whatever. I mean, I'm just thinking about being dominant, making the right pass for the team. Of course.
Go on Zoom. Tony, you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start with you, Erica. You guys have played 6 games, 5 of them within 3 points in the last 2 minutes. What do you feel like you guys need to clean up maybe a little in these last couple minutes of games to get over the hump?
Just execution. I mean, like Coach said in the locker room, we was 2.7 seconds away from winning this game, and at the end of the day, it sucks to lose, but it's just showing that we're growing every game. Teams are not blowing us out. They're beating us by just possessions. So for us, I think we can, like you said, learn from our mistakes and just move on from it. We have another game in 2 days, so we can't hang our heads. We're getting better every time, and I think, like I said, we have the lead on notice. You just can't come in the gym and just play us and think you're going to get a win. You're going to work every time you play us.
You talked about your shots falling in the last game, 5 for 9 in this one, and 12 assists. What do you feel like has led to this groove for you this last couple days?
Just reading the defense and just being confident. I think I was hesitant in the beginning. So for me, just being confident and just making reads. I think early on I was just trying to share the ball too much and just forgetting about myself because that's my natural instinct. But just reading the defense and then just giving them what they, just taking what they're giving me. And I think I've just been doing a great job of making great reads.
Aliyah, you were punishing a ton of switches down the stretch of this game. How comfortable do you feel like you are in those instances? And in the overtime period, how do you feel like you can get to those situations even more?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable in those instances just because it's something that we work on. It's nothing new that comes to us. And, I mean, overtime, just being there, I mean, it's going to come with more experience, more games. But, yeah, I'm just going to continue to work on it.
Maggie, you want to go the other one?
So Erica, you're a vet in the league and you've been around a lot of players and a lot of rookies. Mm-hmm. Have you seen someone who has not just played as well as Aliyah, but also you sound like a vet even when you're talking about after a game? Have you ever seen anything like that?
Yeah, Aliyah is not normal. She's not the normal rookie. Just even as a human being, she's a great person. She understands what it means to be a great teammate and a great sister too. So it just makes her job a lot easier because it's easy to trust her. You know that she's going to have your back. And like I tell her all the time, she's a franchise player. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because just how she is, how she speak, how she just have this thing where she can bring people together. So like I said, she's not normal. She's not the typical rookie to come in here. So credit to your parents and Dawn Staley, honestly.
James, got a question on Zoom?
Erica and Aliyah, both of you can answer this. What has clicked as far as a two-man game between you all the last few games?
Yeah, I think just reading the defense, and by Ida attacking the basket, putting pressure on their guards. I mean, it makes it hard for them to choose what they're gonna do, and so definitely credit goes to her just being able to understand and then make the right pass.
be anything.
And then from your perspective, Erica?
She shoots 60%, so at any moment that I can get her the ball, I'm gonna try to every time. But like she said, me just putting pressure on their bigs to kind of guard me. Before I think the first 3 or 4 games, I wasn't, as aggressive. Now I'm more aggressive, so and it's opening up, the lane up for me to, either finish the basket or if the post is helping off, I give her that dunk pass. And like I said, she's 60%. She's barely missing, so you gotta give it to her when she's over.
Shot 80% today.
80.
Hard at.
Like I think that's the franchise record.
Girl.
Is it?
You got a franchise.
You got
Who?
you passed
You.
12 assists, girl.
12 assists at franchise.
Don't try to
record.
turn this over on me.
See, look at her. She don't even want to take it. She just want to give it to everybody else.
That's that's pretty amazing. But Aliyah, for you, what was the key to staying out of foul trouble tonight? And
Man.
considering it's an overtime game, we're in every important possession in this game.
I mean, I just try to be physical, but play smart, not risk anything too early, and just play a clean game. It worked out really well, and I was able to stay on the floor a lot longer than the last game. But I mean, I think I'm getting better with it as time goes on, just understanding when to be aggressive or how to do it. But today was a good day for foul trouble. I did pretty good.
Today was a good day.
The last one I had was, what did you see on the putback to put you all up to in regulation? I don't know, was it just instinct? Was it kind of knew where to be? It just looked like, something that obviously worked out well for you all in that moment.
Yeah, I read Erica. She had a good attack because she drew Elizabeth Williams over. And then I just tried to chase the ball, and I just knew that I didn't know how much time was on the clock. I just shot it. I just saw the rim, and I was like, I'm just going to put it up.
Perfect timing.
Wish I got an one.
I know, right?
That was your 13th assist, Erica. So
Hey, turn up.
I know, right? Off the bat.
We should put that on there.
Yeah,
It was
they
a
cheated
pass.
Me. They cheated me. I know I probably had like
It was
14.
a pass because the angle of the ball, it came off perfect in my hand. So y'all should tell that
Some
to
T-Max up, throw it up the back.
the people that keep the stats. I was 13.
So obviously the last 2 losses, both been really tough, close losses. So what do you do over the next few days to make it so that those aren't just losses, but like things to build on?
Yeah, that's really hard to keep going in the locker rooms. It's been these last 3 that we've had to go in and, moral victories, coaches just don't want to hear that. But the big picture is we out-rebounded the best rebounded team in the league. We had 2 players who had double-doubles. We didn't have as many lulls. There was one right there at the end of the third that we had to get back. I think we went down and we led most of the game, but we're doing so many good things, but it's really hard to keep going in that locker room and trying to keep their spirits up because you got to find wins. Like we see it, the ones of us who've done this for a long time, we see it. We're 2 whatever seconds away from that dub, that win right there, and that's just really hard. That's just really hard to take.
I once heard an NBA coach say that one of the hardest things when you have a young team is teaching them to close out games.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering what your experience is with that so far.
Same. It is. It's you have to learn how to take it to a whole different level to finish out a game. They had 29 points in the fourth quarter. You can't win a game. You can't close out a game if you give up 29 points. Now we put up 24, but we just could not get a stop. We could not get a stop, and we just got to find a way to dig deep, to just get those stops. I mean, they just kept taking it to us. They were getting shots around in the paint, but find a way. It's true. Got to find a way to close games.
Yeah, and at the end of the first half, I noticed after it stopped, Erica was staying on the bench for a second, and you were staying with her. So, if you can, what was happening there?
I think I was mad at her for taking so long to get going on that, to get that shot. She ended up making the shot with just point something seconds on the clock. I was trying to get her to go sooner. Mm-hmm. But I'll take it. She put the ball in the hole, and it was a double drag. I think she got to the rim. So, she played a tough game. We've got to, she was being harassed and physical all night long. Dana Evans did a great job on whoever was trying to run the point. That just makes it really, really tough. But we have to go and practice that. We have to get back home and get to a level where we're making it really hard on each other. We've got a great group of guys that help us with that. But we just got to be able to handle that when that time comes again.
Okay.
Tony?
Hey, Chris, you've already talked a lot about, the no moral victories and such, but have you noticed like a theme you've been within 3 in the last 2 minutes 5 times in these 6 games? Have you noticed a theme late that you guys need to just tweak a little bit to get over the hump in some of these?
Yeah, I mean, it's about getting stops. We've got to get a stop. I mean, we're executing offensively in ATOs. I'm not sure what it was tonight, but, we've got to find a way to get stops. And we also have to take care of the basketball. I mean, we had 16 turnovers, which isn't like our goal is 13, but we gave up 25 points off those turnovers. 25 points. You give yourself a real small chance to win games. So take care of the ball. Take care of the ball. Keep getting those good shots. I mean, we just put up 103 points. Got to get stops. Got to get stops when it matters.
Aliyah had 25 and 11 tonight, was just punishing switches inside that felt like the whole game. Is she past the point where she surprises you anymore? What do you think of these performances when she does stuff like
No,
this?
this is expectations now. That's who she is. I mean, she recognized the switch, so she rolled down. We were able to get her the ball. We actually missed her. I went to the huddle most of the time. They just really had a hard time guarding her. And then if they tried to go with a double with, our roll rise, we put Kelsey in the rise, so that way she would be open for a shot. Tori Vivian's put her in the rise. We just had some, there was some times there where we got real stagnant, and we looked at her. And if she's not there and you can't make it, you got to get the ball and you got to get it moving. And we just stood and either went back to the same side. So those are some things that we have to work on, watch on video and go back and work on.
James? James, go ahead.
Sorry about that, Christie. What do you think would be the key, I guess, to finding ways to get Aliyah the ball in overtime, obviously, when she's going like that?
Yeah, I mean, we just have to, we're really working on, people are taking away that initial action, so they're on that high side, and we have to do a much better job of getting that ball reversed where she can turn and reverse seal. We're not getting that enough. We're able to get her deep off, anytime she sets any type of pin down for, any of our shooters coming off, if she gets in deep, you have to help a little bit on Kelsey. Lexi shot the ball well tonight, Christie Wallace. You're able to get in there deep, and we've just got to get her the ball. We've got to get her touches, run some things that are just some initial action in there. That's what we really tried to do tonight when she was, just making those high percentage shots for us.
And then what do you think is the key to basically, I guess, finding ways to help her continue to grow on the defensive end? It seemed like tonight she was not in foul trouble, had a chance to get out there for every important possession.
Yeah, we changed up her footwork. We changed up her positioning from the last game. We did it towards the end of the Vegas game, or at halftime is when we made the adjustment, just to help her. We try to play really aggressive, and we decided to not be as aggressive and just use her size and her strength to body people and force them out, wedge them out, and not be in a three-quarter. I think that's really helped her a lot, but she's also getting really used to the timing and the speed of this game. And that's really helping her a lot. So just always teaching her. I say it all the time. She watches so much video and she asks the best questions. She just wants to learn.
Chloe?
Yeah, Erica had 12 assists today, which I think is a single game record for Indiana. And she mentioned she's getting more comfortable as the season progresses. How have you seen her become more comfortable?
Yeah, I think Edub just really struggled in our first few games, and it really it just put her back, and it took her some time. She lost some confidence, but she went to work. She's put in work with our assistant coaches. She watches a lot of video. She just needed a feel-good moment to get her kind of her juices flowing, and she's there, and she just wants to win so bad. Her, Kelsey Mitchell, all of them. They just want to win. We all just want to win so bad, and just being right here again, saying the same thing. It's just heartbreaking for that locker room.